It's only third round.
It's only talks. It's only talks. Listen.
Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk will go to war once again in their eagerly anticipated, undisputed heavyweight championship rematch. After beating the Gypsy King in their first meeting in May, courtesy of a split decision, Ukrainian Usyk has predicted he will come out on top against the Brit when they meet for a second time in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, live on TNT Sports box office.
Fans supporting you. And all fans.
All fans, I love you. Мої українські фанати, я так обожнюю вас, що ви навіть не уявляєте. Thank you so much. Дякую за все.
Will you knock Tyson Fury out?
Oleksandr Usyk is confident he will once again emerge victorious against Tyson Fury in their heavyweight title rematch. Usyk added Fury's WBC crown to his WBC, WBO, and IBF titles following a split decision victory over the Brit in May, becoming undisputed champion in a second weight class and inflicting the first loss of his opponent's career. Speaking exclusively to Steve Bunce for TNT Sports, the Ukrainian former undisputed cruiserweight champion predicted the same outcome in his second tussle with the Gypsy King.
Saturday night, do you think that you are stronger? Do you think that this time you can stop Tyson Fury? Last time in the 9th round, you nearly knocked him out. Do you feel like you have to do that on Saturday?
Listen, my friend, now I don't think about boxing.
I don't want to say, he responded when asked how he will win the fight. The freak in the rabbit's hands is going to be up in the air, then the words which will echo around the arena, and still? The build-up to both fights has seen Fury engage in his trademark trash talk in an attempt to unsettle his opponent, with the challenger claiming he will destroy Usyk when they meet again.
Will be good. But Tyson know what I do. I know what Tyson do. It's a great time now for me, for my opponent.
However, the champion insists he is unfazed by Fury's bluster and suggests that his route to victory once again comes from keeping a level head before and during the fight. Of course, yes, I enjoy this. Usyk laughed about the pre-fight hype. Because these are the emotions, these are the memories that when we were two old men, Tyson promised to come to Ukraine to my ranch. We're going to be drinking beer and he will say, "Remember how you beat me twice?"
I don't think about my fight. Now I'm relaxed. Now I talk with you. It's media day.
Okay, it's media day. You don't want to speak to me, but you have to.
Now I wanna tea.
I want to smack his face until his cheeks go red, but I keep in mind that I have to be calm. Despite his confident demeanor, Usyk says he has been trying to find ways in which to improve upon his first performance in order to make sure he gets the job done again. The 37-year-old puts his 22-0-0 professional record on the line in Riyadh and also discussed how much he strives to achieve his own version of perfection when fighting. "I have done not just something, I have done a lot," he claimed. "My team, we had a discussion. We found the disadvantages and we worked on them. I have no idea whether I am improving myself, but I did the hard work."
It was perfect. Tyson good at keeping.
Was keeping good.
Yeah, was keeping good.
But you had your little chance to knock me out, didn't you? Couldn't do it, could you? Hit me with 10 shots in a row and couldn't do it.
You too have chance. You too have.
On December 21st, we are going to see the results, he added. "I have found it perfection. I have found it everywhere. It's complicated to look for the order. You have to keep yourself focused because you can always build up and down in your life and stay focused. I have found my balance. I have found my perfection." Alex Krasyuk, Usyk's promoter, believes that the rematch will indeed go the way of his fighter in a more dramatic encounter than the original bout. Krasyuk even suggests that his compatriot will end the fight ahead of the scheduled 12 rounds this time, with a knockout victory for Usyk a possibility. "He's capable of doing this, beating Fury again, but the victory will come from the Lord," he said. "I know that he has done everything that he could, and that was required from him, and there is absolutely nothing he would be sorry about."
You couldn't even put me down after being on Bambi legs. You hit me 10 shots. 10 clean shots on the chin. No canvas touch.
Yeah.
You're in the rematch.
Okay.
Like Tupac said, you hit me with your best shots and couldn't do all. You know what's coming for you. I'm gonna you up, bitch.
Rude language.
It's not, it's fight talk.
I'm pretty sure Tyson did some homework as well, and I'm pretty sure Tyson is coming for the victory. This is going to be a way more dramatic fight this time than it was before. For me, it shouldn't go the distance this time. I think the big wardrobe Fury can fall down with some noise. The rematch of the fight, Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury, this weekend at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, promises to give fans an exciting clash to define the World Boxing Association, World Boxing Council, and World Boxing Organization heavyweight belts. Although Tyson Fury claims that he won their first fight and will be looking for the knockout so as not to rely on the judges, for British boxer Tony Bellew, the Ukrainian Oleksandr Usyk has the conditions to win every round with just a little pressure. Bellew admitted in an interview with Boxing Scene that he had no idea what would happen in the rematch because he thought Usyk would win the first time. But never in a million years did I anticipate that he would win in the way that he won. I never thought he could outbox him like that, said the 42-year-old Briton, before adding,
He was 20 stone and 6'9". I've told you what I'd do. I'd fucking invade Russia. But I'm not that big and I'm not that heavy. So, I don't know if I could ever lose if I was that big. I'm not.
Do I think he can do it in the rematch? If he decides to go back and press him in the rematch, it won't take him by surprise because it took Tyson Fury by surprise 100%. This time, he won't be able to do it. Bellew faced Usyk in 2018 and lost by technical knockout in the Ukrainian's last cruiserweight fight, and knows the strategies he could use against a Fury who has already hinted that he wants the knockout, which he believes can play against him. Especially if Usyk goes on the defensive, he will win every round. He's the hardest man in the world to hit. If you let Oleksandr Usyk go on the defensive and you push him all night, you're in trouble. You're not going to be able to catch him, Bellew predicted, reiterating that the best way to face him is to box with him, as chasing him is the worst thing you can do in the world.
You could not beat me. But, of course he can win, mate. He could land a freaky punch. Anything can happen. But if I'm being totally honest, do I think he'll win? No. I think he'll lose again. And this time, I think he'll lose really, really close.
Many fans and pundits are projecting how Oleksandr Usyk versus Tyson Fury, the 2nd of May, play out, but few have the credentials of the legendary boxing mind Teddy Atlas. Usyk and Fury will meet in the boxing ring for the 2nd time this year in one of the biggest rematches in the sport's history this weekend. After Usyk handed Fury his first career defeat in May, the two behemoths will clash once again. As Fury eyes revenge against the Ukrainian powerhouse, Fury is entering the Usyk rematch with a newly focused mindset ahead of fight night. He recently admitted how he's closed off his inner circle in recent months to stay locked in on preparing for Usyk.
Greatest trait he has. I've said it before anyone was saying it. Yeah, he's a good boxer. He's got good hand speed for a heavyweight. He puts punch. He's not a big guy. He's moved up from cruiser. He puts punches together well. He's good defensively. Good.
Atlas, who was a key part of heavyweight great Mike Tyson's early success, gave a full breakdown of what Fury and Usyk must do to get their hand raised in the rematch. During a recent episode of his The Fight with Teddy Atlas podcast, Atlas shared what Fury needs to do to exact his revenge against Usyk. This time, Fury's got to make a change. One of two things, Atlas said of Fury. He could back him up, not be backed up, back up the smaller guy. Back him up behind the jab at the right range. Or, and I would take the or if I'm the trainer, set yourself more. Bend your legs a tiny bit more, grab the floor a little bit, and control range, which you are taller, longer, bigger. Control the range but step off. Don't just move. Be set to punch, so it's not as easy for Usyk to come in and feel pressure. Keep him at the end of your jab and keep him reaching for you. You're never letting him have the freedom that he can just walk in. Always have a threat on him. Slip and throw the straight left hand. And I'm looking to use the uppercut more and put something on top of it. Go to the body a little more. Usyk been hurt to the body before. You threw some good body shots, but you didn't stay there.
He knows how to win. He finds a way to win. He finds a way to win. He won the Olympic gold. He won the cruiserweight title. He unified all the cruiserweight titles. Then he goes up and beats a much bigger guy in Joshua in his home country. Now,
Atlas then revealed how he'd advise Usyk for the rematch. Now, if you're Usyk, you essentially do the same thing, Atlas said of Usyk. Looking to pressure, but he's got options. He's versatile and dimensional. This time, if Fury presses, he counterpunches. If I was advising Usyk, don't fall behind this time. Use your jab a little more, press, but use your jab when you're doing it a little bit more. You did some good body work. Continue with that body work. Mix in the pressure with a little bit more scoring so you don't fall behind early. In a smart way without fighting a fight, that's the wrong fight for you. If Fury throws the uppercut from too far out, he can leave himself vulnerable if you time it. He'll beat him to it without even slipping.
Comes back in the 10th round, Usyk, I think it was the 10th, 9th to 10th, whatever it was. He comes back and he hurts Fury, as I said earlier, almost finishes him. He was behind in the fight. He had to come from behind to win.
Usyk and Fury are not only fighting for heavyweight titles and legacy, but also a special commemorative belt. The belt that the Usyk vs. Fury 2 winner will receive pays homage to the 50th anniversary of the famous Rumble in the Jungle clash between heavyweights Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Before falling to Usyk, Fury was on a 35-fight unbeaten streak in his career, including 2 wins over heavyweight rival Deontay Wilder. As for Usyk, he earned 2 wins over Anthony Joshua before knocking out Daniel Dubois last year. Atlas will be in Riyadh for the historic Usyk vs. Fury 2 event, and he'll keep a close eye on the adjustments both heavyweights make in their rematch.
That he's not seeing anything for it, but he knows he's going to get dividends from it later. He's going to get interest later. Even though he's not seeing nothing, first 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 8 rounds, he's, especially the first 6, he's not winning the rounds.
In one of his most recent analysis of the fight for the Ferocity by Tyson Fury channel, he managed to pile on quite a few insults on the newly crowned undisputed heavyweight champion. Is he in denial? Some combat specialists will say so, but one particular thing that he said about the Usyk fight will boggle your mind. In his sit-down interview, Fury revealed that he had too much fun in his fight against Usyk. Waxing lyrical about his own boxing prowess against the Ukrainian on the night of May 18th, he said that he was lighting up the Ukrainian boxer with 3- and 4-punch combinations while laughing at him. Calling the fight as too easy, he chalked up his loss to complacency rather than his opponent's skills.
Actually, a lot easier than I thought it would be, the Usyk fight. A lot easier. People saying, oh, he's a hard man to hit. I was lighting him up with 3- and 4-punch combinations, laughing at him.
I was enjoying it too much, had too much fun messing around, paid the ultimate price, he said. Then came the astonishing comment from Fury, a stunning insult to the illustrious professional boxing career of a 22-0 boxer. It's like going in there with a local amateur boxer, he said smugly. In that vein, Fury vowed to knock him out in the rematch. He doesn't want the fight to go till the final bell. I've got to get him out of there because I'm not going to get a decision. I am confident and looking forward, he said. 3 rounds, that's all Tyson wrote. Bear in mind that Tyson Fury had no knockdowns in the entire fight compared to Usyk, who got one.
My problem in that fight, I probably had too much fun. It was probably too easy. At times, it was too easy. It was like I was in there with a local amateur boxer, and I was just enjoying it too much.
The Ukrainian turned up the heat in rounds 8 and 9 and inflicted serious damage on Fury. In the closing seconds of round 8, a looping right hand from Usyk connected, making Fury's right eye swell. But Usyk's most significant round was the 9th one. A series of shots from him had Fury struggling to stand, falling onto the ropes, and ultimately securing a knockdown. By the 10th, he was dictating the rhythm of the fight, with Fury still dazed from the damage inflicted in the previous round. But that's about as many rounds Fury thought the 37-year-old boxer won.
I'm messing around, and you paid the ultimate price in round 9, where I got a 10-8 round and got clipped, and that's what happens when you have too much fun.
He busted my nose in round 8, got the 10. 8 in round 9, and I gave him round 10. But other than that, I didn't give him any other rounds, Tyson said. Contrary to the Gypsy King's opinion, many combat specialists considered the bout pretty even till the 7th round. From the 8th, the tide had turned in Usyk's favor. Not taking away from Tyson Fury's performance on the night, Usyk himself revealed that a big right uppercut from Fury in round 6 made him feel that his jaw might have broken. When I got the uppercut, it was very painful. I feel for maybe 10 seconds and say, hey God, thank you, help me. I say to myself, move, because if you stop, he'll kill you, Usyk confessed. Unfortunately, 2 judges differed heavily from Tyson's analysis, scoring the fight 115, 112, and 114, 113 in the cat's favor, and giving him the victory.
I'd say, oh, this, that, and the other, be upset about it and whatever, but I always believe there's no good in crying over spilled milk. It's done now, it's in the past. And I believe everything happens for a reason, and I thought it was my time, and obviously God didn't.
The WBO are next up in the sanctioning body rotation system to order a mandatory challenger for the winner of the upcoming rematch on December 21st for the WBA, WBC, and WBO heavyweight titles. As a result, They could order the victor to face their #1 contender and then proceed to strip the champion of their version of the world title should he refuse the fight. The IBF exercised their right to do this in June when they ordered Usyk to face IBF interim champion Daniel Dubois. Usyk was unable to return the call due to his contracted rematch with Fury, and so was forced to relinquish the IBF belt.
He's planned for me to win on the 18th, or else I'd have got the decision. But to be honest with you, it hasn't affected me anyway. I didn't get a decision, lost a split decision, but could have went my way, could have not. I'd have been doing the same shit anyway. Undisputed champion or not.
Dubois was then elevated from interim to full world champion and went on to defend his red and gold strap by knocking out Anthony Joshua in September. Saudi boxing chief Turki Al-Sheikh has stated his intentions to make a rubber match between Fury and Usyk if the Gypsy King manages to level the scores this weekend. And the WBO's newly appointed president, Olivieri, is happy to go along with that plan so long as the second fight merits a trilogy. Absolutely. Why would I or the committee prevent the trilogy taking place? Olivieri told Talksport.com of a possible third fight between Usyk and Fury. I think that benefits boxing and all of the stakeholders, the fans, the promoters, the sanctioning body, the fighters. We at the WBO have a different philosophy, right?
Oh, I'm going to still be doing the same stuff as I'm doing now. Dog shit, dropping the kids off, running, having an odd bee until I fall over. That's what I do. I don't really do much.
And I concur with this philosophy. We try to serve what is in the best interest of boxing as far as our rules allow us to. In order to leave the door open for a future rematch, we sanctioned the first fight with a specific condition whereby the championship committee would reserve its right to order the mandatory when it deemed appropriate. But at the same time, considering there are other rated contenders waiting in line, we sanctioned an interim championship to allow that activity to continue. And you can argue that there should only be one champion, and I may agree, but that has a flip side. If we do a rematch, which is taking place on Saturday, and let's say something happens that warrants a trilogy.
I'm going to give Turkey what I promised him in May, a cooked rabbit in his kitchen.
We're looking
for my promise.
You promise that tonight?
Yeah.
We look forward to the weigh-in, we look forward to the workout.
In the balance of interest, for what is best for the sport, is it the trilogy or is it ordering a mandatory? I think the consensus would be to let the trilogy take place and thereafter you force the mandatory. What we did was we sanctioned this fight with the same conditions as the prior one. If there is a trilogy, we will certainly allow it to happen. I think it would be a grave injustice from the WBO and me as the acting and newly elected president to prevent a trilogy from happening. At present, the WBO's interim champion is Joseph Parker, who won the belt by beating Zhilei Zhang in March. However, he won't be holding on to it for long as he recently agreed to box IBF heavyweight champion Dubois on February 22nd.
What is your favorite moment of this whole week?
Favourite moment is getting my hand raised on Saturday night. And the news!
There you have it. Thank you so much. And of course, we're going to have a whole week of celebrations. I look forward to chatting with you.
The WBO's rules state that interim champions cannot unify their belt with a world title from another organization. So Parker will be stripped of his WBO interim title once the opening bell rings. When you have an interim champion, we don't unify an interim champion with a legitimate champion from another organization. That is our policy, Olivieri added. So what we've done in this case is we've advised Queensberry Promotions that we have no objection to Parker fighting for the IBF title. None at all. It is a great fight. We have a great relationship with the IBF. I'm very close to its president, Daryl Peoples. But since we have this policy, Parker would have to relinquish the title.
Thank you.
So probably what we are going to do, in consultation with the championship committee, is allow Joseph as a matter of respect to enter the ring as WBO interim champion and be announced as the champion. But once the bell rings, signifying the commencement of the fight, the title should be declared vacant automatically. Once Parker has been stripped, the WBO will go about ordering a vacant interim title fight. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.